Hello everyone and welcome to another video. This is a track guide for the Ray FF1600 around Charlotte the Legends layout. For me this is a weird little track, but let's get into it. For turn 1 I use the Charlotte sign here on the left as my braking marker. I brake hard and then I trail the brake all the way to the apex at the top of the corner. The track is falling a bit inwards, so you will have some issues with locking the tires on the inside. Once I get to the apex I go full throttle. I do put 2 tires on the inside of the white line here, but be aware there is an incident point that's quite harsh, so it's really easy to get, so just keep that in mind. Turn 2 is a really deal breaker for this lap, because if you hit the wall, you're out. And for it I don't really have a clear braking marker. I brake between the 2 white boards here on the pink fence on the left. I brake hard and I don't trail the brake. For this one I do miss it, but I'm really close to hitting the outside wall instead. Getting this right will help your lap times out a great deal, especially when you get more efficient at it. Turn 3, 4, you don't really have to use the brake, you can use it to modulate a little bit. Other than that, it's just using the inputs from the throttle and your steering. You should aim for the curb where the cone is. Do not hit the blue sausage on the inside, it will spit you out. After getting close to the curb, you want to track out to the red and white curbing on the outside. Before bringing the car back, going onto the red and white curb on the inside. Do not hit the blue sausage curb again. Once you get to the curb, go full throttle. And you can go outside the red and white curbing here. For turn 5, I use the yellow board here on the left as my braking marker. I brake to about 30% and quickly go off the brake again. And then I just go full throttle as soon as I get to the curb here on the inside. You can use the blue curb here on the outside without getting an off track. I try to open up turn 6 just a little bit. I use the ending of the blue curb here as my braking marker. My peak brake pressure is about 50% and then I trail the brake all the way to the first cone on the curb. After getting close to the first cone on the curb, you want to track out a little bit to open up turn 7. For turn 7 you want to get as close as you can to the second cone. Once you get to the curb close to the second cone, you want to go full throttle. Turn 8 and 9, I do brake a little bit in the beginning just to get close to the curb. And then I stick to the curb and the blue and white line all the way down to the big blue sausage on the right. Once I get to the big blue sausage, I go full throttle and I track out. And you can use the red and white curbing here on the outside. For turn 10, I do a little lift here on the last red patch before the turn. And then I cut all of the curb on the inside without hitting the wall. Once you're over the curb, you want to go full throttle and keep turning to the right. For turn 11, I use the red and blue board here on the left. I brake just about half a car before it. My peak brake pressure is about 50% and I trail the brake all the way to the end of the curb here on the left. When getting to the end of the curb, I go a little bit on the throttle and then try to get down on the curb on the inside here as well. As soon as I get to that, I will go full throttle. This will spit you a little bit out, but try to keep it on the left side. Turn 12 is the last corner where we have to use the brake. And I try to brake a car length before the curb on the left. My peak brake pressure is about 80%. I trail the brake just a little bit to get the line right through the corner. My apex is at the first cone here on the right. Once I get to that cone and that curb, then I'll go full throttle. And then you should open your steering a little bit just to not scrub off too much speed. Turn 13, you just need to steer in for both. It is full throttle, you should not brake here at all. And then we get out to the main straight. And that's a lap around Charlotte in the Formula Ford. Hopefully this will help you get a W here. If this has helped you at all, leave a like down below. Consider subscribing as well. And now for the uninterrupted hot laps.